Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. Today I'm doing something kind of strange. I don't think it's strange, I don't know what to call it. I don't know what it is. Um, if you've been watching my channel, you guys know that last year was very hard on me. Not just because of everything that was going on worldwide, but I lost my grandma in May and lost Carl in July. My grandma is in, this is a picture. I was gonna include it in the video, but y'all know I'm gonna forget to do that. I'm gonna forget to send it off my phone, then when I'm editing, I'm just gonna be like, meh. She is in what, I affectionately refer to as a P.O. box, pretty much, because it's just like a big square marble thing, and I think it fits like 20 people per side, but because it goes from the top all the way down to the bottom, there's no like vase. Like my other grandparents all had vases for flowers. And the people in like the actual mausoleums, but because she was cremated and she's in this P.O. box, there's not like an urn at the bottom to place flowers in. So some people have brought stuff, but I don't. The cemetery is very strange about that because they don't want you to bring glass, and then it gets knocked over, and I didn't want to make some big arrangement because then it's going to end up blocking the person who's at the very bottom. So I don't know what this is, y'all. I know what this is. This is a piece of the expanding foam in a can. I was doing a project on Patreon and I had a little bit left over, so I just made some, I call them cow plops, because that's kind of what it looks like. Just put them on parchment paper, and then when I need a little piece of foam, I got it. So I also have these small utility hooks. These are command strips. I mean, these are just from Dollar General, but they're pretty tiny. And the idea here is to make her something that can go on, like underneath her nameplate on the I don't know what it's called. It's called some. I know they have a name for it, but my uncle told me, or my uncle told my mom told me, and I was like, what is that? And when I saw it, I was like, this is literally a P.O. box. So I can't make this very big. But I think that's okay. I don't want it to be obnoxious. I mean, this is even too big. So I'm gonna cut this down. And all this stuff, I just like grabbed some stuff that was smaller in scale. Some stuff I think my grandma would have liked. And we're gonna figure this out together. Oh, why is it hollow in the middle? That's weird. It's also annoying because I need it to not be hollow. So yeah, like some people have pictures. Like little, it's like a little picture frame, but I don't think my grandma would like that, because she would definitely be like, hey, I know I died when I was 85, but you need to put that picture of me in a bathing suit when I was 17, you know. Yeah, I'm saying a lot just because I'm tired and I am emotional and I'm very busy. So I think, what do we think, y'all? I mean, I'm trying to imagine. I'm okay if it covers up like a little bit of her name plate, like the date or anything, because everybody knows. I don't want it to impede on, and she's on the edge, so it can go over some. I just don't want it to impede on anybody above or below her, and I don't even know if there's anybody there yet, but I know that all those plots are sold. Is that what it is? Is it a plot? Who knows? So we are going to be working with a very small little piece of foam, and hopefully I have some ingenious way of covering it, because right now I'm just like, well, I'm going to attach this. I'm going to kind of push it in so that glue will melt the foam a little bit. And then pop a little behind there too, just for a little extra security. So yeah, it has been, it's almost, by the time you guys see this, it'll probably be almost a 1 year anniversary of Carl's death, and my grandma's was, what's today? Today's the 11th of June, so hers was like 3 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks, something like that. Just, I don't know what happened. Like, that year just went by so fast. But looking back, it certainly doesn't seem that way, does it? Yeah, my grandma was... she was something else. Her and my grandpa got divorced. Her and my grandpa were the first people I knew who got divorced. Like, well, no, my aunt had been divorced a couple times, but like, super close. They got divorced, and when she met her second husband, she was working at a bakery, and he would come in. I love how just hot glue just doesn't dry. He would come into the bakery to get an eclair. I think this is a story. I know she told it, he told it. He would come into the bakery to get an eclair, and she would give it to him, and he kept coming back, and he kept getting an eclair. And then he ordered an eclair one day, and she, boxed it up and said, "Is there anything else?" She said, "Do you see anything else you're interested in?" And he said, "As a matter of fact, I do." And he got her number, and they started dating, and they got married. Alright, I'm just going to leave that there. And they were together until he passed away. I don't know when he passed away. It was a couple of years ago. And then she very quickly went this year. Like, no fanfare, no warning. It's very sudden. So yeah. But she was like a cool grandma. She drove a sports car. She bleached her hair blonde. What am I gonna do? I'm trying to see, like, because I have like 7 different leaves, and they all kind of go together. I need to cover that base, but with what? I think we're gonna go with the seeded eucalyptus. I literally have no idea what I'm doing. Not a clue. Okay, I know I took forever to stick this on here, but I just don't see this working the way I want it to. So I am just going to build directly on here. And hopefully it doesn't take forever for the glue to dry. I mean, it will, but... oh, come on. Get some of those little berries. And maybe this piece. Y'all living that Arnold Palmer life this summer? I am. I don't really need this hook on here. I mostly just need the little sticky thing, but I don't know how else to work around that. Oh hey, that kind of held pretty quickly. I'm so used to using the hot glue gun and it taking forever. I mean, it's gonna pop off as soon as I go to cut this down, but... oh no, look at me. You need to believe in yourself, Adam. Yeah, Grandma was cool. Like my dad's dad died when I was in high school. He was diabetic. He cut his own toenail, got an infection, and didn't tell anybody until he like passed out. My grandma had to call 911, and he was he had an infection, and he went to like this outpatient thing, but it was, we thought, like I thought at the time like he was going there to get better, but he was just like going there to die. And that was super hard. But all because he wouldn't let doctors amputate his toe. Because I think the toe was messed. Something was going on before that. I don't remember. Not because I just don't remember. It's just it's been a long time. But very stubborn. And I don't know if that's where I get it from. He was very stubborn, and he was not letting anybody take his toe. So that was when I was a freshman in high school, and then the summer after my senior year, my grandpa, my mom's dad, got me all over the place. What y'all think about this so far? He had a stroke while he was driving back. He was a justice of the peace. He was driving back from somewhere, and he had a stroke and got in a car accident. But I don't think the... How do I not know how any of my grandparents died? I don't think the car accident, I think it was the stroke that like killed him. But my mom was living in Florida at the time. This was before the hurricane, and I had to call her, and I kept calling, and she was not answering her phone, and she was not answering her cell phone. I just kept calling over and over and over and over again, and she finally answered the phone, and I was like, where were you? And she was like, oh, we were at dinner at somebody's house. And I was like, Grandpa got in an accident, you need to come in. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, Grandpa, he got in a car accident, and you need to come in. And she was like, how bad is it? I was like, Mom, I haven't seen him. I don't know what's going on. I talked to Catherine, who talked to this person, who talked to that person. You need to come in. So her and Carl flew in that next morning, and he passed away right after he got to see my mom. Which is weird because my grandpa, my dad's dad, he passed away right after he got to see, he's a guy who used to work for my dad's company, my grandpa's company, who went on to play in the NBA, and he coaches now. But they had called him, and he was like, I don't know, because it was, I don't know if it was around basketball season or not, but he came in, and, you know, even though my grandpa was, like, not responsive to anything, you know, he talked to him, he sat with him for a little while, talked to him for a little while, and then right afterwards, my grandpa was like, all right, I'm done. This is a fun story time, huh? Okay, so I think, like, as a little base, this is bigger than I wanted it to be, like, a corsage size, but, I think this is okay, right? I mean, it is, well, it looks great on me, but I'm also a giant man. Okay, so Grandma liked yellow roses, of which I have none. Ugh. I hate these things when they're like this. Come on. I don't need all of this. Am I right? That's some force. My mom moved my garbage can today, and I'm just like, where is everything? This is some for Cynthia. Alright, I like this. This is, I think this one's from Walmart. I'm trying to get the... Oh, this is from At Home? What? Wow. Wow, Grandma pulling out the big guns. Not that there's anything special about At Home. I just never go there because it's not very close. And it's just a terrible store. I've never been in one of those where I've been like, oh man, it's so nice. My mom hates it. She's like, this store's stupid. I don't understand it. And I said, Mom, the store said the same thing about you. And she said, how very dare it. Also, I got her a $16 welcome mat from there that she put outside her house. And she's been in that house for less than a month. And you can't even read the mat anymore. I'm like, well, hell, the one that I gave her 3 years ago for Christmas looks better than that one. And it was half the price. I'm not thrilled about this part, but we'll work on something. I think. I just wanted to do something because it's like there's no vase. There's no way to put flowers, which I'm okay with it because my mom, we had one of my sister's friends, she had I think her grandparents are buried where my mom's dad is, like in the same kind of area. And every time she went to go see her grandparents, she would go to my grandpa's grave and he was in the mausoleum too. We don't really do that underground thing here. I mean, some people do, but you dig a foot down and you hit water, so we don't really do that. I know that's like super popular everywhere else, but not in New Orleans. So, whenever she would go visit her grandparents, she would bring flowers to my grandpa's vase, his urn, and they were fake, and my mom was like, who keeps bringing these ugly fake flowers? And I was like, I don't know. She's like, I hate these flowers. And I was like, I hate fake flowers too, Mom. Cut to this, where my house is literally covered in fake flowers. Alright, I think I need... Why did I have to grunt when I did that? You'll hear me, I was like, ugh. I think it was some big strain. Can you go in there? This I feel like is going to be way too big. But let me add some more stuff to it. So then my dad's mom. This is one of those, like, I have trouble accepting my mom's death just because it was so sudden and she was never like sick. Like, she was very active still. But my dad's mom, I was a little kid and I was at her house because my parents used to drop us off at her house with my grandpa, and they would go to the casino and like stay over. And I thought that was a bug on the table, but it's a piece of this down. I was like, oh my god, I thought a roach. They would stay overnight at the casino and then come pick us up on Sunday morning. And I remember being there, and we were waiting for pizza to come because that was the thing. Like, she always ordered 3 pizzas for us to eat. 3 pizzas. 2 of them were for us to eat. One of them was for their dog, who died of diabetes. Because apparently dogs aren't supposed to eat whole pizzas. Who knew? I was little. I don't know how little I was, but my grandma had always been like very hypochondriac. Like, if you just mentioned having a cold, she would catch it. She saw something on the news, she would catch it. Just, she was always like, my mom and my aunt were always like, she's such a hypochondriac, you know. If she would just like calm down, like, that's where all my anxiety comes from, I think, is from my grandma. So we're sitting down one day, waiting for pizza to come. We're sitting at the kitchen table and she's sitting across from me. And I'm pretty sure I told this story before. And she looks me right in the eye and she puts her hand on mine. She says, Adam. And I said, yes, Grandma. Because I'm like 10. Yes, Grandma. She said, I'm gonna die. And I said, right now? You want me to call should I call someone? She said no. Eventually. And I was like, oh, well, Grandma, that's kind of the deal, right? I mean, why are you not sticking in here? Ow. I was like, that's kind of the whole thing we all kind of got going on here, is that, nobody's discovered immortality yet, and who the hell would want that? So when she did die, I was just like, well, she was right. But she said she was going to die. She went through losing my grandpa. She went through Katrina. She went through cancer several times. Just kept on trucking. But, I accept her being gone because I kind of figured every day, after you tell your grandkid you're, gonna die soon, or you're gonna die, every day I was just kind of waking up and, going downstairs and waiting for my mom to be like, Adam, we need to talk. Grandma died while waiting for pizza last night. But she never did until she got much, much older. I think it was 3 or 4 years ago. What do we think, y'all? I don't know about this. See, if I had a bow or something to put there, half a vase. What do we think, y'all? I do think it's too big. I think it's too wide. But maybe not. What can I put here? Y'all know I don't have any ribbon that's smaller than 1.5 inches. I think I just want to add, why don't I have these giant poppies here? I was definitely, I was thinking I was going to get those in there, really. Maybe I'll just add some of this purple, because her husband loved LSU. I said that already, didn't I? But yeah, my grandma, this grandma, always very active. I went and saw her, I think it was around February, before everything shut down in 2020. And she was it's oh, she was, because I didn't tell her I was coming. I just kind of showed up and surprised her, because it was right after I got my car. And I was able to, drive places again. Okay, well, that needs to be cut very short. So I just kind of showed up and surprised her, and she was like, oh, I can't believe you came here. I haven't seen you in so long, and you want a sandwich? And, she showed me that she had redone the house, and, everything was just, it just seemed so normal. And I talked to her a couple times during lockdown. And, she said, oh, it's hard because, she can't go out and do things. And I was like, yeah, you just gotta kind of do what you do. Especially, that was when we were only the old people are getting it, But, yeah, and then it was, I think it was the end of April. And my uncle called my mom and was like, Mom's got cancer. And no, they took her to the hospital because she couldn't breathe. And they found out then that she had cancer everywhere. And my mom was like, okay. And they weren't talking at the time because what else are you gonna do? I mean, that's our family crest. It says stop talking for 5 years. So she was like, okay, well, just, let me know what's going on. And not long after that might have been the middle of May. No, because it took a while for us to have the funeral and everything. So it was maybe a week later, and he called and was like, you need to come if you're coming. And we went up there, and her and my My mom and my grandma are kind of, I mean, I think it was harder on my mom than she let on. You know, I mean, she was also dealing with Carl at home, who was not doing well, who, you know, we knew how that was going to end. But I never thought he would outlive my grandma. We had a very small service, which they weren't supposed to be having services, but my uncle is a big deal, and he was like, we're having a service for my mother, even if it was just us. It was just her kids and her grandkids. Like, none of the great grandkids were there. I hate this part. I don't know how to fix that. Am I overthinking it? I feel like I'm gonna get there and I'm gonna have to do this anyway, like just smash this all up. But that's cute, huh? I mean, this little... No, I'm not gonna add anything else. I think that's cute. And then I can make another one for like Christmas. Fall, Christmas. This will be like her spring, summer one. So when I get there, I will just peel this off and stick it, and hopefully it stays. What do y'all think? It looks weird. It looks weird because of this. Is it just this leaf? It kind of is just that leaf, huh? See, if I had some damn ribbon, I could do something right there. Where's that for? Oh good, my neighbor's outside screaming at his children. Yeah, you know, I have those neighbors in the back that are like awful. Got chickens, got a dog. Don't take care of their kids. Why would they take care of the animals? My other neighbors who are getting ready to move, I went over there to talk to them the other day. And they said, you know, the wife or I think it was the wife said something about them, and I was like, they are garbage. They are garbage people. She's like, you know, my husband had to call the parish on them about those chickens, and I was like, what? She's like, you're not supposed to have those chickens. They were bringing in rats, and I was like, oh. And then I told my mom, she's like, well, what happened to the chickens? I said, no one knows, people. They probably ate them. But maybe they went to a nice chicken rescue somewhere. That's a thing, right? Okay, I like that better. I mean, that leaf just was like, it was obviously there to cover something up, you know? I do think I'm gonna have to probably finagle this a little, but I can't do that until I go to the cemetery. And also, that thing where she's at is in full sun, so maybe I should have used E6000. Oh well, this was all just scrap stuff anyway, really. It's not like I wasted anything if it, you know, I come there one day and it's hot glued to the cement. But yeah, I like that. So it's a little late for Mother's Day, but her birthday is in August, so it'll be up for that. Yeah, I just feel like I need to... I don't know, you know what, I'm going to take it. I'm going to bring some scissors with me, and if I need to cut these down a little bit, I can. But, like, I feel like this looks better now, at least. So, yeah, that was a story about how all my grandparents died. I know you guys were waiting for that. What else am I supposed to talk about when I'm doing this? So, yeah, I think that's cute. something. I'm gonna mess with this for like the next 4 years. And yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna go. Links are down below for Etsy, Instagram, Patreon, Venmo, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.